Welcome to Shade in the City. I'm Treese.
It's Nels.
And today we are jumping right back into Married at First Sight, and we are on episode 11. Yes, okay, episode 11. So I believe we have about maybe 4 more weeks. We're celebrating 1 month anniversaries, y'all. And of course, you know, these fools have to be fools. This is what they do. So let's get into it and let's see what our predictions are going to be for this episode and if anybody's going to make it. And if Steve wants to get a job, let's get shady. Let's get into our favorite first couple, as always, Steve and Norton. Now, Steve is outside playing basketball with his brother, Jeff. Now, Jeff has been married for 10 years, okay? And Steve talks about how Noy wants more stability, and he's okay with playing more of a domestic role. I think I said this, Shade Squad. Steve don't want to work. Steve don't want to work. And it's okay. If that's what it's okay. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you, Steve. It's not okay. But if Noy is accepting of it, or if you could just go ahead and tell her that you have an offshore account somewhere, we would appreciate it. He also brings up the noodle situation, and his boy, his brother lets him know that he has to be patient and basically look at the smaller things that he can change versus trying to change her overnight. And I thought that was like great pieces of advice. Nels, would you like to add anything to
that? Not really. I mean, other than the fact, he did mention like, I get that it's new and I get that, you guys don't really know each other that well, but you really shouldn't be walking on eggshells either. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I did think that was a good piece of advice to work on the small things that you're willing to change first, before trying to tackle, major things. Take baby steps. I thought that was good advice. Go ahead, 10-year marriage, brothers.
Right.
Shit, go on, Jeff.
Then Noy meets up with her friend Sammy, and she asks how she feels 1 month in. Noy says she's like 80%, but like 20% is still unsure, right? They discuss how since Steve has told her he loved her, he hasn't stopped telling her he loves her, which I thought was super cute. But then basically she gets on to what we always get on, that love is just not enough. And Noy's just like, he's cool and all, but like I need some sense of stability, like she's been saying, and I'm looking forward to hopefully sitting down and having a serious conversation about finances at some point, hopefully before, decision day. Yeah. So then we see them outside and looks like they on the harbor, they chilling, and they're exchanging gifts for the 1 month anniversary. He buys a leopard print outfit for Sushi and Noy, and then lets her know that he got the matching button up so they can take family pictures. I said, this is why, you know what? What?
I didn't know he said that.
Yeah, he did.
That he got something matching for himself as well.
So then Noy, basically she appreciates the gifts. It was super thoughtful. Then she gives Steve a camera that he's been wanting, which he seems super happy about. I guess he was going back.
It was a Polaroid camera. It seemed like it was super expensive.
That's what I'm saying. And then Noy brings up again how we need to have a conversation about our finances. And because I'm pretty sure she's like, you done got me these little Amazon pajamas or whatever you got me. And
don't do that, because he did take her on a boat ride. I mean,
okay.
Depending
on. Wait for it. Okay. Now, Steve and
Okay,
Noy.
like your ass, huh?
Yeah. Steve and Noy finally, like, they're winding down the day. And Steve tops it off with, as Nell said, they're having dinner on a boat. I thought this
Those
was
are not
so
cheap.
creative, beautiful, well thought out. Kudos to Steve. Again, I think that he's probably, look, this is a new lifestyle for him. If it don't work out with Noy, he could just be a gigolo and just take bitches on dates and make them feel special.
I'm a gigolo spinning.
And I think he could have, and clearly he done told five other people that he loved them. So it don't take much. Maybe if you just, Steve would be a Tinder swindler, I swear to God. Anyway, so
no, he wouldn't, because he would let you know up front. Bitch, I ain't working. I expect you to pay for everything. I ain't gonna swindle you out of shit. I'm being honest with your ass. I ain't doing it, bitch.
So Noy loves that it's super creative and romantic. Steve is actually giving her like a history lesson / tour of the harbor area, which I've been there. So it was actually super cool to hear. And I was like, I didn't even know all that was down there. But
talking about the Boston Tea Party, and I thought that was dope.
And then I love how he's like, oh, and the Children's Museum is over there. So hopefully in a couple years, we'll be coming back. And I was like, that's super cute. But we got to have some money, Steve. Admission on a Children's Museum is like $40 per person.
I don't know how much it costs to rent a boat in Boston. Okay. But I think whatever I don't know how much the camera was either, but I'm thinking the boat ride might have been more than the camera. Okay. Now, Steve, he ain't working right now. He got money from somewhere.
Again, I just wish he would say something about the offshore account so we can move on and stop talking about it. So
leave, look, and put this baby to rest.
Right. So we can just put this behind us. But yeah, no, if you're a Shade Squad, if you're regularly every day and you ain't got the offshore account, no, you need to go to work. Sorry. So they basically talk about how quickly their relationship is moving since the marriage. And she jokes about the stakes being higher and how, she can't just walk away, even though she did that one time, but she said she's not going to do that again. Then she talks about
her lesson.
What'd you say? She learned her lesson.
I said she learned her lesson.
She talks about how happy she is with the job that the experts did or whatever. And then he's like, well, what can we work on moving forward? And she talks about how she wants to have more discussion about their finances and him working, etc. And he brings up that he's tried multiple times to have that conversation. And the reason why the conversation has probably not went anywhere is because you stay on the stance of you're not working. So she feels like if she keeps coming back to you, maybe your answer will be different. But I get where Steve's frustration is coming from, because he's like, bitch, I already told you I'm not working. But Noy is like, okay, it's a Tuesday. Let me try on a Tuesday night and see if okay, let me try on Saturday.
I don't know.
Having a good day.
I don't know, because they are both really strong on their stance as far as he's not working and as far as she wants her husband to be working. And I don't know what decision day is going to look like, because she done already said it. Love is not enough. So,
well, basically, he lets her know that he's trying. And basically the same thing his brother told him. It has been baby steps. He's trying to show her that he's trying, but she can't expect him to change overnight. She can't expect you to at least put your resume on LinkedIn.
We find Mark in a parking lot. Seems like he's outside of his job. And they have told this man to let us know when you're done filming. Basically, deuces. So, he's
your services are no longer needed.
Basically. So, he's worried that, his wife.
His new wife and how she's going to take it, especially because he's already been through some shit within the first week, but we won't go there.
Like, nigga, now you ain't got no money. You done went through all this shit. Now you ain't got no money. You ain't bringing home no money. The fuck? Well, he's hoping that Lindsay's supportive, and I'm sure she will be, because it's Lindsay. I mean, she ran up in a whole house with fucking
bed bugs.
Fucking bed bug. Bitch, I started calling fleas and ticks.
It ain't much of a difference, is it? That look, they're just the fleas and ticks on the inside. That's the only difference.
With bed bugs for you, okay? After knowing you just a couple of days. So I'm sure she will hold you down, homie. So basically, you know, they're discussing it, and he's just like that he needs to find work, and hopefully, you know, he can find something in the fitness industry. And she's like, boo, just take a break, like relax, figure out what you really want to do. This is the time to do it while you're not working. Like, just pump your brakes, you know. He ain't feeling that. Mark is like, no, I need to do what I need to do, and that's work. Basically, bitch, don't.
And
Okay.
one thing to add is she also says this could be time for you to get to know me better. And you know, Mark is not interested in that. And what it gave me is that if, yes, we're married, but if I'm not 100% sure about this relationship, I'm not going to be sitting back just because you told me to, when I know after this process, if I decide to get divorced, I got to have my own shit. And we already know he ain't got a place because he had to move out.
Well, it's not even after the process. I mean, I can understand both sides, but I'm not about to just completely not work and not have any income just because I need to get to know you.
Right.
I can still work and get to know you. And I'm sure besides paying rent in that, you know, attic apartment that he had other bills. I'm sure.
Oh, I'm terrible. I thought you said attic like crackhead attic apartment, not like attic.
I mean, we can use that. But that's not what I said attic. But I mean, it's still giving. It's still
right.
Giving the same.
That's why I was like, oh.
Still giving the same thing.
Right.
But I mean, I'm sure he has other bills that need to be paid besides just his rent. So he needs some type of income. And regardless, he's a fucking grown ass man. It sounds like she the one that needs Steve. For real. But he's like, no, like I can't do that. I need to work. And she's like, well, what I'm hearing is, and I appreciated the fact that she did this. She's like, I hear you saying that getting to know me is really not a priority, and that, you know, your things are your things, my things are my things, and it's not really a partnership. We're doing things separately. And I like that she said what I'm hearing is, because normally if, you know, in a relationship, if you just catch an attitude or get upset by what you're hearing, and not what you're interpreting, you know, the person is gonna feel like, damn, she just got upset because I said I want to work. Right. But she's saying what she interpreted it to be. Not that you want to work, it's that you don't want to get to know me. So I love that communication style. You know what, Lindsay? I like that. I like that a lot. Okay. So then we get to see an old friend, y'all. Mark done met up with Chris. Yes, he done met up with Chris. He's going to get his 1 month anniversary gift for Lindsay. And you know, they're walking around, talking.
They're at like a plant shop.
Yes, and he sees a terrarium.
Yes, I'm glad that you got the proper name, because I didn't. I said equarium. I knew that wasn't the right name, but
so he knows that this is something that Lindsay wanted. They have crystals there. I don't know what type of place he was at, but literally this was a one-stop shop for Lindsay. Yeah. Okay. It had everything. And you know, he's going through the crystals, looking for crystals that she'll like. And I thought it was super cute. I thought it was super dope. I love this moment. Like,
it's a thought. And he even takes the time to like read what all the crystals mean and things like that. So he's making sure that he's being intentional about his purchase, which I thought was super dope. And it goes to show.
Don't mark the chart.
Yeah.
So then, you know, he sits down with Chris, and, you know, they discuss the interaction that, you know, him and Lindsay had during bowling.
Yeah.
And, you know, he lets him know like, yeah, but, you know, we didn't even talk that night. We just went to bed, and then it was a little awkward afterwards, but she ended up apologizing, which was a first for her. She's never actually apologized. And he, you know, I guess he appreciated that in that moment. But he did say that he is not yet ready to say that he loves her or in love with her. They're still trying to work through things. So, which we're not surprised, because I mean, he ain't even want to get down with her. So
yeah.
I mean, that's then we see Mark got something special planned for their 1 month in their month anniversary.
Yes,
Is
and
what
it
she
was
called
very
it.
cute.
She is in the car going crazy like a little bitty child, okay? Trying to figure out where they're going on the GPS. She is super curious. She's like, I just want to know where we are. He's like, stop, like, relax. It's like, let me do this. Just relax. I'd have pulled over and be like, bitch, get in the back seat. Get in the back seat,
right?
because
Like,
you don't
yeah.
do much. You're doing a lot, all right? I need to drive. I need to focus. It's a surprise, okay? So they get to like this wooded area, and she's like, where the fuck is this? Like a legit place? And he tells her it is a campsite,
which is super cute. But I remember she was like, what type of backwood shit is this? Like, she was concerned.
Girl, she probably thought he was taking her back there to
right
put her under the ground.
Type of West Virginia shit is
like,
this?
Look, Trey, look, I'm tired of this argument. God damn it.
Okay. Hiding in
so
the bushes.
she sees a teepee, a huge teepee, an area for them to cook pizza outside. She's super excited. She realizes like he's listening, he's paying attention. And we know the man that don't eat no sushi or eat no tacos don't like being in the woods, y'all. Okay. So this is completely out of his element, completely out of his zone. And Lindsay knows it too. And she appreciates that. She appreciates that he was paying attention and playing something that, you know, she truly would like. So the only thing that was like a little bit confusing to me is, Mark, we know you don't know what you're doing. Why are you blowing on the fire? Like, you know what you're doing. Apparently he was blowing on the fire, trying to get air in the fire to make it bigger. And Lindsay's just sitting back like, sir, you don't know what you're doing. Just exactly. Just
look,
right,
she won't go tell him. She was, because she just wanted to, you know, he's trying. She's like, I'm gonna let him have it. So then I thought it was cute. They making a little pizza together. Or apparently, you know, this pizza dough is not working with them. I guess this is maybe why they freeze it. Yeah, that's why you freeze it. It makes
so. Apparently, what she said, and she was referring to like the pizza dough. She was like, a couple of rocky times and some flimsy crusts, but the pie was still good. And she said she feels like that's also a metaphor for their marriage. Which, Lindsay, well, you be dropping these jewels, boo. Okay. Like, okay. All right, Lindsay.
It's some crystals she got.
Right? So he gives her her gifts, and she's like, oh my God, it's a terranium. I always wanted one. And then she's going through the crystals, seeing the crystals, and she knows that, you know, he put some thought into it, because that's the type of person he is. And she's reading what each one of these mean, and some of these she's never even saw, and we know she is like the crystal queen. Okay,
crystal queen.
And then he takes her into the teepee, and he puts on a film of their wedding day,
which was super cute. But they also had the basket waiting in the teepee with
yes,
all the
they did have the basket with that, you know, that they passed to all the couples. They gave to all the couples with their vows and bottle of champagne and, you know, just little, you know, little things. And
but they're the only couple I saw watch their video. If you think about it, I don't think any of the other couples watched their video. They just went in their basket.
So I didn't even realize that was something that came in the basket. I thought that was something.
Maybe it isn't. Maybe that's why nobody else did it. Maybe it really was
Okay,
something
so
that he put together for her.
So I'm not 100% sure, but I know I initially thought that was something that he planned and he put together, because they had the, clearly it was a what am I trying to say? The damn screen. I can't think of
Projector.
it. Yes, a projector. So I would think that, maybe he put that together or whatever, or at least that's what I thought, which I thought was super dope, super cute. I was like, Mark is over here. Like he's getting the panties tonight. For sure. He's getting the panties.
That's if he want them. Remember, he the one that be acting like he don't want it.
You got a point.
Yeah. But I also thought it was super cute that basically she talks about, or Mark talks about, how after watching the video, he realizes how happy Lindsay was the day that he married her. And now in comparison to basically who she is now and all the crap that he put her through in the past couple weeks that has made her unhappy. And he realizes that he wants to keep her happy and basically protect her at all costs moving forward. So we'll see if he does that. Y'all. So yeah, Jasmina and Michael. Michael gets a visit from his homeboy Travis. I think we did see him at the wedding. And he asks how things are going with, Jasmina. Mike lets him know everything started off right on the wedding day, but they quickly figured out that they had work to do. Mike talks about how he realizes he needs to address her needs, not what he thinks she needs.
Oh, Michael. He over here dropping jewels too.
Say it louder for the people in the back, Michael. Say it louder. So then basically he tells us that he just really enjoys her presence and her aura when she's
and she commands attention when she walks in the room. I said, now this is the man.
Okay.
That I feel loves his wife. Okay.
And then he talks about how he sees basically how being with her and how she challenges him is actually helping him grow as a person. I said, Michael, you've been over there watching your Dr. Phil, you're Ready to Love. What you been doing?
He been watching some. He been talking to somebody.
Right?
Okay.
So he also mentions that she puts him in a place when necessary, or, puts him in place when necessary. And basically that's what he needs. Then we see he's all excited to, prepare for the 1 month anniversary. He done scattered rose petals on the floor. It was absolutely beautiful. Y'all don't understand. I think rose petals don't even cost that much. You just buy the little fake cheap plastic ones or whatever.
I think they were. But you know what? For this scene,
my whole thing is
I think he hired someone. I think he hired someone because it was super fucking beautiful. And it's okay if he did hire someone. But it was amazing. The spread was like nicely, like it was.
Oh, and y'all know he had breakfast. Y'all know he had breakfast. So Nels
he had breakfast, y'all.
Nels would have had her coochie on the table for Michael.
We would have made it to the lunch.
Y'all terrible. But basically so he got his breakfast for her, and he says he wants to get back to a place of happiness like they were the day they got married. They start going through their wedding album that, everybody got their basket or whatever, and reflecting on how happy that day was for both of them. And I was like, oh, isn't that sweet? And then Michael just, again, he was on a roll, y'all. I was over here. I was over literally like teary-eyed. It was hard. Michael surprises Jasmina with a dinner setup where they got married. Literally the same spot, same platform where they exchanged their vows. Like he got a private violinist over there. Like, yo, I was over here like, does Michael have
some bread? And he put some major thought into this. Okay. This, you know what this day was giving? If they weren't married already, that he was going to propose.
Right.
That he was going to propose, because everything was on point. It was beautiful. It was amazing. And his energy was just on point as well. He was, to me, now.
It really was about what she needs. He really tapped into what can I do to make her happy what can I do to get her back to the space that she was in when we first got married? What can I do to put that smile back on her face? And Michael,
And that's why he brought them back to the place that they got married.
Baby, do it like it's your wedding day. Okay. So
no, she didn't.
So basically, then they read their new vows to each other, which I thought was beautiful, and basically talk about their new commitment to each other and how, the things they want to work on. Jasmina touches on, basically how she's going to be more patient with him, not try to overtalk him, and really listen to what he has to say. Michael basically says like he needs to listen as well. But basically not get so upset and basically work with her instead of against her. I think they do that on both sides, so I can't just put that on him. But I'm here for the moment. It was cute. It was sweet. And then they have their first dance again, or I guess you could say this is their second dance because I haven't seen them dance since then. And basically Jasmina talks about how much it means to her that he recreated those moments. And basically she asked Michael how he feels about their marriage right now at that point. He basically tells her that he feels better about the relationship and realized he had to step it up effort-wise. She responds that she's happy as well, and hates that the 4 weeks were wasted. And then I felt like low-key they were about to kind of get into an argument in this scene. It looked like, because he was like, I don't feel it was wasted. And I felt like she wanted to have a rebuttal so bad.
Yeah, but I also feel like when he said it, it was in a positive way. Like it wasn't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm noticing now that he's trying to spin everything to the positive. So Mike says because they went through what they went through and came out better, it wasn't a waste. He's thankful she stuck with him when she could have given up. And they talk about starting anew in their relationship. Jasmina is all smiles by the time they get home. I mean, literally from ear to ear, she cannot stop smiling. And he brings up the cake on their wedding day. And see, even that was something extra because not everybody got that. Or actually, no, I lied. Everybody did get their cake. They did get their cake because somebody else had theirs too. So yeah. So basically,
Olajuwon and Katina, I believe.
So they cut the cake together, and then they head to bed.
Well, first, no. First, what I want to say, what I thought was cute was while he was bringing out the cake, he asked her, well, how do you think dinner was? And she was like, it was amazing. I still can't believe you did that. And he was like, you feeling me, huh? You feeling me? She was like, a little bit. Look, I just love that flirt. And I love that banter. I loved it. I thought it was super cute.
And now
she's here for it.
So basically, he lights the candle, I guess, because they're doing good. But I thought it was because she said he lights a candle every night, or she makes that joke, or whatever the case may be.
But yeah. So apparently, maybe she said something about this special candle for when they're doing good, because he lit this candle, and she's like, "Oh, you lighting the candle?" And he was like, "Yeah, you said to light it when we doing good." And I was just like, let me say something. Another person that I felt did really, really good with the dates was Mark. Okay. Mm-hmm. He did really, really good. But everybody out of this episode, there is no touching Michael. Michael was,
yeah, he knocked it out the park.
Point. With a candle, nigga. And you remember what she said about the candle at the end of the night? You lighting a candle because she told you something. Let me say something. Jasmina.
You got a good one.
You didn't get if you didn't get that nigga the draws that night, boo.
That's on you.
You just really don't like Katina is on FaceTime with her friends, her childhood friend Imani.
Oh, I'm glad you got her name because I didn't.
Yes, and I believe Imani was at the wedding as well.
I
believe so. I thought so.
I know that she said that they've been friends since they were 10 years old. So she knows her, like knows her, like every stage of life. Mm-hmm.
So Imani she wants the tea. She's like, what's going on? Like, how has it been? Like, shit, right. I could only imagine. You get married at first sight. I'm gonna want the tea too. How is it going, bitch? Is it working for you? So, she's letting her know, like, it's been like a little adjustment, he was a little frustrated with me because I wasn't being vulnerable. She's like, oh my God, why? She's like, bitch, because I don't want to get my feelings hurt. The fuck? I don't know this nigga like that. Right? Duh. So, but she did say, like, you know, she feels like he's becoming a safe place for her. Which I don't know how, but you know, I'm not there, she is. Whatever. Her friend tells her, like, you know, you just got to go with your heart. Like, you signed up for this. It's, you know, married at first sight. You can't just come in like a normal relationship. You have to go with your heart. So she feels like it's great advice. She's going to take it. And she lets her know, like, you know, they're attracted to each other, but they still ain't consummated their marriage.
Which I was surprised at the last episode, but
I was surprised too, because I just knew when he closed that door, it was going down. Okay. She lets her know that, you know, they want a making emotional connection first, which me personally, that's how I work as well. I'm on board with that. I get it. I just feel like I would feel some type of way if it wasn't only my decision. Like if my husband is the one saying this, I think I would feel like he's not really attracted to me, or he's really not he's just not that into me. But that's just me, right? Anyway, so Katina, out of all the couples, she is the one wife who planned the month bursary. And she decided to take Olajuwon on what she called a ganjula ride. Apparently, I don't know, maybe there was going to be ganja on the ride. I don't know. But she actually corrected him and told him it was ganjula. So we don't blame you, Olajuwon. We don't blame you. Just okay.
And this is from the one that I've been to Italy. I've been on the gondola. No, you haven't. You've been on a gondola, not in a gondola.
Maybe she didn't understand what they were saying when they were saying gondola. Maybe she didn't understand. Maybe she thought that they were saying it, you know, gondola. Oh. Yeah. So he is at a loss for words. He loves that she took this initiative. He is super happy. He's like, I'm really getting to see who you are. Like, I'm loving this. I'm loving this side of Katina. And
he lets us know if he had to rate their marriage, it would be an 8.5 or a 9 at this point. That's how happy he is.
Right. So she's like, well, you know, I planned this because I know you said you wanted to go on a trip, and this makes you feel like you're away from home. And, you know, since I've been to Italy, and I want to show you this ride on the gondola. And he's loving it. He's soaking it all the fuck up. Okay. And he feels like they are physically and emotionally growing, and hopes that, you know, he can get to a point where he can say that he loves her someday. So, you know, they're back home, and he's talking about what a great day they had and how he feels blessed to have this amazing woman in his life. And he's just like, you know, I won't point the finger anymore. You're effing amazing. And I'm glad I get to see this side of you, bitch. You're fucking great. You're a great fucking wife. Even though your ass can't cook for shit, which he did actually say. I'm not just saying that. He said it. He was like, but I feel like we're going to come back and laugh at this. And, you know, I don't know. I like that.
I love that actually, he said he's feeling her. He doesn't just like her.
Exactly.
Anymore. He's feeling her.
Yes, he did say that he's feeling her. And apparently I don't know if they don't wash clothes or what. I don't know if they ain't got no washing machine, but apparently she's out of pajamas. So she got to wear his basketball gear that he gave her to wear. And while she's in the bathroom changing, he looking through the drawers talking about some wear that stuff Viviana gave us. She was like, what? Like the handcuffs? He's like, you want the handcuffs? Nigga, you the one that don't want the handcuffs. You better stop playing games with this girl. Okay? Gone now. Drop it all on off in her drawers because the bitch wanted, okay? So
I don't know what they waiting on, but
him apparently meeting up to get together, and it looks like they're on a party bus. You know, everybody's sitting down to have dinner, and I believe it was Mark. He asked like, how's everything going? Anybody falling in love? Anybody falling in like? He wasn't. Mark wanted the tick. The fuck is going on? And
he's playing Lindsay right now.
Yes, but Lindsay over here making fun of him because she like, this nigga was the one afraid of all my commitment. Yeah, I'm here from the get-go, and I'm here to give you all
she
my
said
love.
She told him day 3 she loved him.
He basically like, why? That fast? Why? What? Why? Like, but you over here worried about other people falling in love. But you want to find out if they on your same speed, the hell? So basically Noi Lindsay asked Noi, Noi is talking about how, how they love each other. And she's like, love is a big word. Are you guys enjoying yourselves? She's like, yes, we've consummated our marriage. Okay. Basically, we are enjoying ourselves over here. We are.
But I like when Noi says that not only she said she's fallen in love, she loves him, and she likes him. And Steve is like, why do I feel like the like was more than the in love? Like
it is.
Because you can be in love with love a motherfucker and not like them, right?
And don't want to be with them, don't want to see them because you don't like them,
right?
Trust me, it's a real thing. It is a real thing.
Then Jasmina speaks
up.
Yes,
she does.
She
speaks up. She speaks up.
Oh, and about her and Michael, and that they realized they never thought marriage would be that hard, at least not by day 2. But she talks about them not being on the same page, but getting to a place where they realize every day should be decision day, which all the couples love. And I was like, what is going on? This therapy is working. They listening. I'm here for it.
I don't know what they're doing, but kudos to them.
Mm-hmm. But okay, I will say Mike looked a little tense in a couple moments where she was talking, where he looked like he didn't completely agree or he didn't like what she was saying, but I could tell that he's learning to restrain himself.
I feel like he looked a little tense when she was basically saying, like they're making progress, but she's still not there. She's not there where she's feeling that type of attraction
on or a romantic
in love with him. Yes. And but they're still continuing to work at it, basically. And I can understand why he would feel that way, because I'm sure he feels the opposite. And after everything all the gestures he's just done, it was like damn, it didn't.
How could you not feel something? Yeah.
Well, not even like full on, but damn, like you still don't feel like nothing. Like, I think it's because they see each other every day. We know she like her niggas far, far away. So, Mark is talking about how they've been working on getting on the same page, and basically Lindsay is talking about how Mark has kind of been back and forth. And
Lindsay came out swinging and was like, well, let me tell you, Mark is giving me a little bit of whiplash. He's real back and forth. And, what I need on decision day is for some commitment for me to say yes.
And consistency.
I said, well,
commitment and consistency. In order for it to be a go, I guess, on decision day. So, basically, then shit takes a turn for the worst. Olajuwon starts questioning the type of chemistry that him and his wife have, saying that he doesn't know if it's friend chemistry
or marriage
wife chemistry. Yeah, and people are just thrown the fuck off, as were we. Okay. Apparently he saw something in her phone on the way there, and he's been holding it in and decided to let it out at the table. Although he was not, He didn't go into detail. He did let it be known that it would make her look bad if he spoke about it on camera. And he's clearly very upset about it.
Katina is totally taken aback.
Yeah, she's calling him Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. She was like, we were just kissing like a second ago. Like, where the fuck is this coming from? And I can understand that because if you see it,
he literally was just loving on her like 2 minutes before.
That's my point. If you've seen it on the bus and you were still showing me love and affection, what happened for you to switch now? Why didn't you switch back then?
I don't know. Maybe that weed wore off.
Steve said something. He's so stupid. That fucking in his system.
That fucking in his system wore off. Because he's always high.
Even Steve was like, yeah, I guess maybe he saw something on the bus and he was holding on to it. Where the fuck did it come from? So basically, after being in the hot seat, Katina's like, I'm ready to go. And they get back home and Olajuwon's let me see your phone. Because I guess he wants to deal with the issue. He want to let her know what the fuck it is. Mm-hmm. And he pulls up a dating app. And she's like, that shit is like a couple years old. Like, I didn't even realize it was in my phone anymore. Oh, well, wouldn't you be pissed off if it was in my phone? And she's like, I would ask you about it. Like, not bring it up at the fucking table in front of everybody and assume shit. Well, what would you tell your homegirl if your homegirl told you that it was in her man's phone? Okay. You're talking about an outsider looking in, Olajuwon. Okay. You two are in this relationship. Okay. And you can't tell your homegirl about a situation after she's only been in a relationship for a month, been in a marriage for a month. Okay. Right. I don't know. I felt like this was I can understand why he would initially get upset. Because you see a dating app and it's like, if we're married.
And I think Olajuwon's point, I do like how he tried to explain himself to her. And he's like, you have to understand, you are a stranger to me. I'm trusting that what you're saying. And his whole argument was that even with him having a bad past and maybe being a little bit of a whore, the first thing he did when he got married was get rid of all of his dating apps. So I can understand. I'm not saying I'm not siding with him. I'm just saying the point that he made when he's like, you're married. We both came into this process. We both have shit in our past. And so you didn't have to worry about that. I made sure that this wasn't going to be an issue. And so me trusting you as a stranger, trusting my heart with you. And now I see that you didn't take that same, which people move differently. I don't think that she's wrong. That's what I'm saying. People do different things, but I understand his side. I understand his side, but what I will say is he has a pattern, and I'm not insinuating that he has. He gives me a pattern of like emotional abuse. Like, and you can tell that it affects her. It's like, I'm gonna lift you up just to break you back down. And the fact that he has that so much power to do that to her, and the fact that she lets him, is just crazy to me. So I don't think the relationship is healthy.
For me, it was you keep on throwing back in my face that we're married and I'm your wife. If that's the case, why didn't you pull me to the side and have a discussion with me? If we're married and I'm your wife, why are you trying to embarrass me in front of all of our friends instead of pulling me to the side and asking me about what made you upset?
Right.
Instead, you let me know that you're upset in front of all of our friends at a dinner table where we're all having a great fucking time, and you decide to fuck up the vibe. This is when you decide I need to let me know that I need to check on my husband.
That was instead of tapping me on the knee or, hey, babe, we should probably go, or let me pull you to the side for a second. No, yeah, he did her totally wrong.
I'm not upset with him about being upset with what he found. Okay. Right. I'm upset with how he went about it.
Absolutely.
That's what would have been the problem for me. And then you're gonna keep on throwing in my face, oh, it makes me question your character because you're a wife. Nigga, it make me question your character because you my husband. And look what the fuck you just displayed.
Well,
You're not treating me like you my husband.
okay. It takes two.
Because a husband would have still protected me. Regardless. My thing was, I feel like it should have been a conversation versus being a discussion for everybody to talk about in front of all your friends. If this is supposed to be your wife and your partner, and that was some childish little boy shit to me. And let me tell you something. Katina is super nice. That's all I'm saying. Katina's super nice.
Yeah, she is. That was a lot of drama, y'all, especially
it was a whole lot, especially at the end. Jesus.
So next episode, I believe we see a little bit more drama with Noy and Steve because he still don't want to work. Lindsay and Mark. I don't know. I feel like Mark is just not there, y'all. I really feel like he don't love Lindsay.
I feel like Katina needs to hang out with Jasmina more.
Yeah.
I think she needs some type of influence, some type of stronger female influence.
I agree. And we'll see.
Especially to deal with Olajuwon.
We get a little preview. Apparently, Jasmina ain't there yet. She's still not feeling Michael, even though he pretty much brought out the red carpet for her ass.
I want to know what type of nigga she was dating before.
I don't know. Maybe they put her on a jet and flew her somewhere the first date.
I mean, yes, it's quite possible.
But
she be like, this little shit, this all you can do.
Right. No, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate it. Please make sure that you hit that like button before you leave.
And you subscribe.
And you comment.
And hit the notification bell.
Thank you, ma'am. And please make sure that you follow us on all social media platforms. And we will catch you next week and see if these people are still married at first sight. Love you guys. Have a good night.
Front, back, side to side. Make sure you go like and subscribe. Front, back, side to side. Make sure you go like and subscribe.